Good morning, students of class 4th. Students, I'm sure all of you are happy and healthy. Students, please take out your English notebook and your Wordsworth English Reader book as I'm going to continue with lesson 9, Unusual Friends. Students, please take out your English notebook and your Wordsworth English Reader book. Turn the book to page number 80 as I'll be continuing with lesson 9, Unusual Friends. Students, in my last video, I had explained and completed exercise B, that is, answer the following questions. Now today, first of all, students, I'm going to revise both the exercises of comprehension, that is exercise A and B, and then I'm going to start with exercise C. So let's revise the exercise A of comprehension. Fill in the blanks to complete the following sentences. The first one, the mouse suggested that a pot of dash would be healthy and see them through winter. So please write dripping in the first blank. The mouse suggested that a pot of dripping would be healthy and see them through winter. Write dripping in the first blank. D-R-I-P-P-I-N-G. Second, they hid it under the dash of a church where they were sure nobody would find it. So they hid it under the altar, right? A-L-T-A-R, altar of the church where they were sure nobody would find it, right? Altar in the second blank, A-L-T-A-R. The third one, we must not touch it until it is very dash and we are very hungry, said the dash. Write cold, C-O-L-D, cold in the first blank of the third sentence and write mouse, M-O-U-S-E, mouse in the second blank of the third statement. So we must not touch it until it is very cold and we are hungry, said the mouse. Fourth one, after finishing half the pot of dripping, the cat relaxed and feeling satisfied with herself thought dash. Please write why the best things in life didn't last. So a sentence will be, after finishing half the pot of dripping, the cat relaxed and feeling satisfied with herself thought why the best things in life didn't last. Now exercise B, think and answer the following questions briefly. Question number 1. What reason did the cat give for wanting to be friends with the mouse? Answer 1. To become friends with the mouse, the cat told him that both of them were lonely. Winter was approaching, so it would be dark and cold. If they stayed together, they could keep each other company and help each other find food. Answer 1. To become friends with the mouse, the cat told him that both of them were lonely. Winter was approaching, so it would be dark and cold. If they stayed together, they could keep each other company and help each other find food. Question number 2. Did the cat really go to meet her friends? Where did she go? Answer 2. No, the cat did not go to meet her friends. In fact, she went to the altar of the church to eat from the pot of dripping. Answer number 2. No, the cat did not go to meet her friend. In fact, she went to the altar of the church to eat from the pot of dripping. Question number 3. Do you think the mouse was right when he said that he didn't trust the cat? Answer 3. Yes, I think the mouse was right when he said that he didn't trust the cat because the cat cheated him and ate the pot of dripping. Answer number 3. Yes, I think the mouse was right when he said that he didn't trust the cat because the cat cheated him and ate the pot of dripping. Question number 4. In this story, there are many excuses that the cat gives. Usually, the cat expresses them to suit herself. Find 3 of them. Answer 4. 3 excuses expressed by the cat in the story are: the first one, the best things in life are the things you keep to yourself. Second, never leave a job half done. Third, the best things in life didn't last. Answer 4. 3 excuses expressed by the cat in this story are: number 1, the best things in life are the things you keep to yourself. Number 2, never leave a job half done. And number 3, the best things in life didn't last. So students, we have revised exercise A and B, and now I'm going to start exercise C. Now, exercise C is find words from the story which mean the same as the following. The first word is unsure, and the word from the story which means the same is doubtful. D-O-U-B-T-F-U-L. In doubtful, students, the pronunciation of B is silent. हम B का pronounce नहीं करेंगे. Fine. So, unsure means doubtful, uncertain, जिस पे विश्वास नहीं किया जा सके, है ना? The mouse was doubtful when the cat wanted to be friends with him. He said that initially he refused to be friends with the cat because he was doubtful that anytime when she is hungry, she doesn't get food, she will forget the friendship and she would pounce and eat him up. So unsure means doubtful. D-O-U-B-T-F-U-L, doubtful. Unsure, doubtful. Then the second word is mouth watering. मुंह में पानी आ जाना. So when the cat thought about the pot of dripping, her mouth watered. And the word given in the lesson, which means the same, is drool. D-R-O-O-L, drool. Mouth watering, drool. Mouth watering, drool. Mouth watering, drool. Now, the third given words are intense and difficult. Intense and difficult. And the word from the story is severe. Severe. Intense and difficult. Severe. Winter. है ना? Severe cold. है ना? It was difficult to find food and it was extremely cold. Fine. So the word is severe. Then the fourth word is attacked. At last, when the mouse was very furious and he was jumping in anger and he was saying, top off, half gone, all gone. That time what did the cat do? The cat attacked on mouse, and the word for attack given in the story is pounced. P-O-U-N-C-E-D, pounced. So, unsure, doubtful. And remember, the spelling of doubt, B is there, but when you pronounce the word, we don't pronounce the alphabet B. B is silent. So, D-O-U-B-T, doubtful, means unsure. Then the second word is mouth-watering, muh mein pani aana. And the word from the story is drool, D-R-O-O-L, drool. Then the third is intense and difficult, severe. Intense and difficult, severe. Then the fourth one is attack. Attack means pounced. Attack means pounced. So I hope all of you have written the 4 words from the story in the book, students. Unsure, doubtful, D-O-U-B-T-F-U-L, doubtful. Unsure, doubtful. Mouth-watering, drool, D-R-O-O-L, drool. Mouth-watering, drool. Intense and difficult, severe, S-E-V-E-R-E, severe. Intense and difficult, severe. Fourth word is attack. And the word given in the story is pounced. P-O-U-N-C-E-D, pounced. Unsure, doubtful. Unsure, doubtful. Mouth-watering, drool. Intense and difficult, severe. Attacked, pounced. Fine. I hope all of you have done it, students. Now, I'm going to erase this. And now, I'm going to start with frame sentences. Please take out your English notebook, students. Please take out your English notebooks as we are going to start with frame sentences. I'm going to take the new words from the story and frame sentences on them so that you can use these words in your language. You can improve your vocabulary. Fine. So, the first word for frame sentence is doubtful. Now, just now we have done the meaning of doubtful. Doubtful means unsure, है ना, जिसके बारे में श्योरिटी नहीं हो, अनसर्टेन, जिस पे विश्वास नहीं किया जा सके. So the first word is doubtful, and doubtful means uncertain, unsure. And the sentence is, it is doubtful. It is doubtful that he will come. Our first sentence is, it is doubtful that he will come. And remember, students, you always begin a sentence with a capital letter and end with a full stop. So, it is doubtful that he will come. है ना? It is not sure, it is not certain, है ना, that he will come. So, doubtful, not sure, not certain. Fine. So, it is doubtful that he will come. Fine. Remember to begin the sentence with a capital letter and end with a full stop. And please draw a parting line after each sentence with a scale and pencil. So our first sentence is on the word doubtful. Doubtful means uncertain or unsure. And the sentence is, it is doubtful that he will come. Remember, when you pronounce the word doubtful, B is silent. You don't take out the sound of the letter B. So doubtful, B silent है. So our sentence is, it is doubtful that he will come. Fine. Now, the next word is insisted. I-N-S-I-S-T-E-D, insisted. And insisted means to be determined. किसी भी चीज के लिए ठान लेना. That is insisted. Now, जोड़ देना. आप है ना? They insisted that everyone should come They insisted that everyone should come to the party. Insisted means to be determined. They insisted that everyone should come to the party. They insisted that everyone should come to the party. है ना? जोड़ देना. At times होता है ना कि कोई पार्टी थ्रो कर रहा है, he wants everyone to join the party. So keep on entering. Please नहीं, आना ही पड़ेगा, आना ही पड़ेगा. That is what the other person is determined to call. है ना? तो insisted to be determined. ठान लेना किसी चीज के लिए. So they insisted, जोड़ देना. They insisted that everyone should come to the party. I hope all of you have written both the sentence, and remember, you always begin the sentence with a capital letter and end with a full stop. And please draw a parting line after each sentence. Fine? Now, the third word for frame sentence is approaching. And what do you mean by approaching? Approaching means coming. आपकी ओर आना, है ना? आपकी ओर आना, आगे बढ़ना. That is approaching. Now, we could just see the train approaching we could just see the train approaching in the distance. Our sentences, we could just see the train approaching in the distance. Approaching means coming. And the sentences, we could just see the train approaching in the distance. Let's revise these three sentences, students. And after this, I'm going to erase and write the fourth word for frame sentences. The first one, doubtful. Doubtful means uncertain or unsure. And the sentences, it is doubtful that he will come. That means it is not sure that he will come. Like you can also say it is doubtful whether the school will open in December or not. Sure नहीं है, अभी पता नहीं है कि स्कूल दिसंबर में खुलेंगे कि नहीं. So this is doubtful. I hope all of you have understood the meaning. Then the second word is insisted. Insisted means to be determined. जोड़ देना. They insisted that everyone should come to the party. They insisted that everyone should come to the party, or you can also write the teacher insisted everybody to take part in the competition. The teacher insisted that everyone should come for the competition. कुछ भी आप लिख सकते हो, जोर देना. The teacher insisted that everyone should participate in the competition. The teacher insisted that all the students should participate in competition. Approaching. Approaching means coming. Like in the lesson we read, winter is approaching. Winter आ रहा था, है ना? So, and our sentences, we could just see the train approaching in the distance, है ना? Either you can write the storm was approaching. तूफान आने वाला था, है ना? So we could just see the train approaching in the distance. आप देखते हो ना, at times you are standing at the platform और आपको दूर से ट्रेन आती दिखाई देती है, तो वो आती दिखाई देने को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Approaching. So we could just see the train approaching in the distance. So I hope students, all of you have written, and please ensure that you start the sentence with a capital letter and end with the full stop. Beta, all these sentences, remember you begin with the capital letter and end with the full stop. And remember to draw a parting line after each sentence. Please draw a parting line using a scale and pencil. Fine. So now I'm going to erase these 3 sentences and write the 4th one. The 4th word for make sentences, persuasion. P-E-R-S-U-A-S-I-O-N. Persuasion means to convince someone about something by providing sound reasoning. किसी को किसी भी चीज के लिए मना लेना, बट कैसे मनाना? जिसके पीछे लॉजिक इन्वॉल्व हो, रीजन देना कि अगर आप ऐसा करोगे तो ऐसा होगा, एंड दैट रीजंस जो है वो लॉजिकल होने चाहिए, है ना? तो किसी को किसी भी चीज, किसी को कोई चीज करने के लिए मना लेना. और कैसे मनाएंगे? जब हम कुछ रीजंस देंगे और वो रीजंस लॉजिकल होने चाहिए, है ना? कि अच्छा, लेट्स से यू वांट समथिंग फ्रॉम योर पेरेंट्स, सो यू विल कन्विंस देम कि अगर आप मुझे ले दोगे तो ऐसा होगा, इससे ये फायदा होगा, है ना? सो यू विल गिव देम रीजंस एंड यू विल कन्विंस देम. दैट इज persuasion. So persuasion means to convince someone about something by providing sound reasoning. Reasons देना जो logical हो. Now the sentences after a lot of persuasion, comma, the guard agreed to let us in. Now, after a lot of persuasion, the guard agreed to let us in. At times क्या होता है, कहीं कहीं गार्ड होता है वो एंट्री नहीं देता है ना, कि अरे एंट्री बंद हो गई है. आप परसुएट करते हो कि प्लीज जाने दो जाने दो जाने दो. अगर नहीं जाएंगे अंदर, स्कूल में ही कितनी बार गार्ड अंकल जो है ही लॉक्स द गेट एंड यू आर लेट, है ना? तो आप गार्ड अंकल को कैसे परसुएट करते हो? अंकल प्लीज जाने दीजिए, प्लीज जाने दीजिए, एग्जाम है, टेस्ट छूट जाएगा, लेट हो जाएंगे, टीचर पनिश करेगी, घर में मम्मी, माय पेरेंट्स विल स्कोल्ड. तो आप गार्ड को अंकल को किस तरह से परसुएट करते हो? रीजंस दे देके. और जब आप बहुत बार परसुएट रिक्वेस्ट करते हो, फाइनली जो गार्ड अंकल है ही लेट्स यू इन. गॉट इट? सो after a lot of persuasion, the guard agreed to let us in, है ना? At times I think must have happened with you also कि कभी लेट हो गए, guard uncle has closed the school gate, then you plead कि sir uncle please let us go and test है, test छूट जाएगा, मम्मी भी डांटेंगी, कैसे जाएंगे, ऑटो वाला चला गया होगा, है ना, ऑटो खराब हो गई थी, या दैट रेलवे गेट वॉज क्लोज्ड, है ना, इसलिए अंकल मैं तो कभी लेट नहीं आती हूँ या लेट नहीं आता हूँ टाइप्स करके. And after lot of persuasion, finally when the guard agrees and he takes you in, that is what. Got it? So after a lot of persuasion, the guard agreed to let us in. Let us in, andar jaane diya. Fine. So persuasion, to convince someone about something, giving logical reasonings. So after a lot of persuasion, the guard agreed to let us in. Fine. Now, the fifth word is gathering. What do you mean by gathering, children? Gathering means collecting, ikhatta karna. We were gathering feathers for a science project. बहुत सारी चीजें है ना. We were gathering stones for a social studies project, है ना. कुछ भी. Gathering means collect करना. Fine. So gathering means collecting, ikhatta karna. And the sentence is, she was gathering. Gathering means collecting, ikhatta karna. She was gathering flowers for making a garland. Garland जानते हैं ना, जो माला बनती है फूलों की माला, उसको गार्लैंड बोलते हैं. और फूलों की माला बनाने के लिए आपके पास बहुत सारे फूल होने चाहिए, तभी तो आप उसको गार्लैंड बना सकते हो उसका. सो गैदरिंग मीन्स कलेक्टिंग. एंड आवर सेंटेंस इज, शी वॉज गैदरिंग flowers for making a garland. Garland मतलब माला. She was gathering flowers for making a garland. आप लिख सकते हो, I was gathering flowers for making a bouquet. I was gathering pebbles for a project, for making a project. I was gathering shells for making a आर्ट पीस और समथिंग लाइक दैट. कुछ भी चीज है ना, इकट्ठे करने को क्या बोलते हैं? गैदरिंग. कलेक्ट करने को. सो शी वॉज गैदरिंग फ्लावर्स फॉर मेकिंग अ गार्लैंड. रिमेंबर, यू ऑलवेज बिगिन अ सेंटेंस विद द कैपिटल लेटर एंड एंड विद द फुल स्टॉप. फाइन. सो गैदरिंग मीन्स कलेक्टिंग. एंड persuasion means to convince someone about something, giving reasoning, sound reasonings. Fine. So after a lot of persuasion, the guard agrees to let us in. Let us means to come inside. And then gathering means collecting. She was collecting flowers for making a garland. Garland क्या होता है बेटा? माला. Fine. माला बनाने के लिए आपको फूल इकट्ठे करने पड़ते हैं. आप फूल को गैदर करोगे, इकट्ठे करोगे, तभी तो उसको आप धागे में पिरो के उसकी माला बनाओगे. So she was gathering flowers for making a garland. And students, for making sentences, you need to know the meaning of the words. If you are clear with the meaning, there will be no problem in framing the sentences. And you can use these words in your everyday language and you can improve your language as well. Fine? So I hope. Now, I'm going to erase this, children, and write the sixth word. The sixth word is drool. Sixth word क्या है बेटा? Drool. And the easiest meaning for drool is mouth watering. मुंह में से पानी आना. यहाँ पे mouth watering के बहुत सारे मीनिंग होते हैं. मुंह से पानी आना. Whenever especially we see something tempting, है ना, हमको हमारे मनपसंद खाने की चीजें दिखती हैं तो मुंह में पानी आता है. यू फील लाइक ईटिंग. ओके. नाउ आई हैव चेंज्ड लिटिल बिट. बेबीज, आपने छोटे बच्चों को देखा है ना, छोटे बच्चे जिनके दांत आते हैं उनके मुंह से बहुत लार गिरती रहती है ना. सो बेबीज drool a lot when they are teething. Babies drool a lot when they are teething. Teething मतलब छोटे बच्चों के जब दांत निकलते हैं. That period is known as teething. So babies है ना, 7-8 months के babies जब उनके 1-2 दांत आने लगते हैं तो उनके मुंह से अपने लार गिरने को क्या बोलते हैं? ड्रूल. मुंह में पानी आने को भी ड्रूल बोलते हैं, लार गिरने को भी ड्रूल, है ना. So babies drool a lot when they are teething. And remember, you always begin a sentence with a capital letter and end with a full stop. And please draw a parting line after each sentence. So students, today I have done 6 frame sentences. The rest of the words which I'll be framing sentences, I'll be continuing in my next video. That's all for today, students. Please do revise these make sentences and write them neatly in your notebook. Thank you, students. Have a good day ahead.